He uploaded it as a future type beat, though it doesn't really sound like a future type beat. Shut up. Suddenly people care about producers. 10 years ago, producers didn't have the spotlight. Yeah, Timberland, Dre, you heard their voice. They rap. They were songwriters. They were featured in videos. You've never heard Metro Boomin rap. You've never heard Murder Beats rap. So now the spotlight is on producers who are simply beat makers or record producers. And a lot of good comes with that. A lot of bad comes with that. For whatever reason now, Old Town Road, everybody, like, you either love it or hate it. We're at such a weird place in hip hop too, where you're seeing so-called hip hop artists and fans, criticizing the sampling aspect of that track, which is a basis of hip hop. Sampling is. And then you also have people doing whatever they can to tear down a young man of color, which doesn't make any type of sense on a cultural level. Either Lil Nas X or the producer behind the track, Young Kio. And I want to talk about the producer because there's just this concerted effort from the media, it seems, certain media outlets, to just tear this man down and spread all these falsehoods about him. The producer community should feel the impact of this because he is us. He's part of us. And to see this happen to one of our own like this in such a way, this is an absolute assault, not just on facts, not just on our role in the music business, but on a young man who we should be celebrating. Right off the bat, this Rolling Stone article, I don't even know where to start. I'm not going to go too deeply into this. I'm absolutely disappointed in journalism, but I felt that way for a while, so I'm not going to talk about the death of journalism. Right away, the headline has the word lawsuit in it, and it has to do with the producer. You know damn well people read the headline. People aren't reading the whole article, and the whole article doesn't really explain or relate to this statement about the lawsuit. This is a word. I mean, when you read a headline as a producer or as a young artist and you see this word lawsuit, that's going to scare the hell out of you. Was there a lawsuit? No, there wasn't. That's the issue. And then you can tell that they kind of, the language they're using about Young Kio, Young Kio tossed a trap beat under a banjo loop pulled from a Nine Inch Nails song, which he'd found on a whim. Listen to this language. It's dismissive. He uploaded it as a future type beat, though it doesn't really sound like a future type beat. Shut up. Good Lord, who's writing this stuff? Who's paid? Someone paid for someone to deliver this article. I'm in the wrong business. And then, people copycat Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone is a big publication, so Digital Music News comes and does the same thing. And look at their headline. Lil Nas X found infringing the sample on Old Town Road. Is a multi-million-dollar lawsuit next? This is what we're calling journalism now? So now you have all these goofballs running around who read the headline, they see the word infringing and the word lawsuit. Oh, there was a lawsuit. It was an infringement lawsuit. That's like saying DJ Pain 1's net worth may be up to $1 billion. That's the headline. And then way later it says, but is this figure just completely fabricated? Yeah, it's completely fabricated, but now everybody who reads that stupid ass article is gonna think I am worth $1 billion because you put it in the headline like an irresponsible dickhead. And so now you have all these people, or the peanut gallery, because they just read headlines because they can't be bothered to actually read through a whole article. I don't know if they have the mental stamina to read through an entire article, in spite of the fact that these are the length of the kind of book that you, in spite of the fact that these are half the length of picture books you give to toddlers and written at about the same level. No one's gonna read through these, so then you got people so this Twitter exchange happens because now everyone's an expert on this lawsuit case, even though there wasn't a lawsuit to begin with. And this was so funny too, like Young Kio, right? I feel immortal, man. Old Town Road, becoming so big really made my whole life. I can make hits, I knew it. This, great. Matter of fact, I'm not logged in. I would like this tweet, I would retweet it. I want to support this man. Why do you want to cut him in like clockwork? This jerk comes in to cut him down. Why? Why are we cutting each other down like this? Lil Nas X said he purchased that beat super low. I think he sold the rights too. That means nothing else is to be made. Where did you come up with that? Why does he think all this? Well, here's the evidence. Because of this stupid ass article. Right? It says right there, Lil Nas X didn't clear the sample used in Old Town Road, opening the door to millions in copyright damages. Millions in copyright damages. They're claiming not only that there was a lawsuit, but that the lawsuit involves millions in damages. Millions. What a good headline. And what's absent from all of these articles? Well, a quote from Young Kio, a quote from the label, a quote from Trent Reznor or any other member of Nine Inch Nails or any legal entity or label entity who represents them. Interesting, right? So basically there's no first-hand information regarding this lawsuit from any source in these articles. And remember, they did the same thing to Nick Mira. You had all these publications talking about a lawsuit, like Alt Press, Juice WRLD responds to Sting's alleged lawsuit. At least they used the word alleged. But I mean, you had all these people who just read the headline. Suddenly they're an expert on the situation, and they're spreading this narrative that there was a lawsuit and that Nick Mira got sued and that this happened and that happened, and everybody suddenly knows how the numbers broke down. I don't understand what the need to report something negative is. And then a lot of these people are artists themselves, musicians, recording artists, producers, whatever. And they're so quick to focus on this negative story about somebody that they don't even know that they're missing out on this whole opportunity to dig deeper and actually understand the situation and thereby educate themselves about how the music business works. Because what a beautiful opportunity. You have this real world example of something unfolding before your eyes, and you're squandering it just because you want to go on Twitter or you want to go on Instagram and be right. You just want to be right and argue with people about two young people that we should be celebrating. Something negative about them that didn't even happen. You have no idea what's going on. And someone from Internet Money, I'm not gonna get super specific, did reach out and say, yeah, that video that you made, and I made a video talking about how all these people talking about the Nick Mira, the lawsuit that never happened, are just speculating and spreading bad information, and it's really toxic to the community. They said, yeah, you're right. They don't know what they're talking about. Thanks for putting that information out there. Yeah, and now we're seeing it happen with Old Town Road. People are just speculating and running with it, and it's just so negative, and it's really toxic to the producer community. But none of these articles about this lawsuit actually bothered to include information or quotes or an interview with the producer or anybody who would be an authority on this. So thank God for social media, right? Here goes Young Kio, and he's actually responding to that jerk that was just posting all this really negative stuff about him. And it got even more negative. So I don't know what you're making, or even if you're a producer, ouch. Is your name listed in the credits? Are they suing you for that uncleared sample? And this guy's kind of being a jerk, but this is the kind of thing that the people who fake journalists that wrote these terrible articles about the situation should have done. These are the questions they should have asked. And so, Young Kio, you look so stupid making assumptions, not knowing anything. My name is in the credits, duh. That's how we know who he is. And the sample was cleared ages ago, and I never sold all rights. Sometimes I wonder why I am even entertaining you idiots. Yeah, I felt that. So yeah, we can't control whether Rolling Stone wants to spend their money hiring writers who write at the 7th grade level. But we can control our responses to it, and the spotlight's on it. So do we decide to follow the trend of spreading speculation and negativity about another producer, or do we celebrate the accomplishments of other producers and question information and poorly written articles and clickbait headlines when it pertains to our community. I don't know what to do about this anti-sampling sentiment that's growing in the producer community. It seems crazy. You got a lot of producers now spreading this false information. Thanks Rolling Stone and Digital, whatever the hell that news site is. Talking about that's why I don't sample. Old Town Road is 7 times platinum. You have 70 Twitter followers. Relax. We can celebrate each other. All of Young Kio. No matter how big Old Town Road gets, no matter how annoying it is to be on the bus and hear every kid singing that song, we're all a part of the same economy. You have to look at one another as, at worst, friendly competition, and at best as not just colleagues, but just other versions of yourself, because the way one producer is treated in this game reflects on all of us. So I would much rather spend my energy saying congratulations. I don't have anything against Old Town Road. If I hated the song, I don't need to bash the producer behind it, and I don't hate the song. Why would I piss in the well just because I'm having a bad day? I gotta drink from that same well. It is what it is. Producers, much success to you. Don't be a dick. There's an assault on the producer community. We're seeing it. We've been seeing it since all those tight beat articles have come out. Things are crazy right now. We just got to keep our heads on straight and support each other and focus on doing what we love, rather than allowing our frustrations or allowing these people who aren't a part of our community, like these predatory journalists, to distract us and turn us against each other.